Hi friends, welcome back to Cordelia Joy Yoga. I'm Cordelia, this is Kip, and today I have a 35-minute gentle yoga flow. It's Vinyasa and there are a few strengthening exercises in this flow in order to help you feel better in this winter season. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and meet me at the back of your mat on your feet, folded over in a standing forward fold. Start to lift one heel and then the other, feeling into this forward fold, letting the shoulders hang and letting the hands hang heavy on the ground. Continue bending one knee and then the other, either keeping the heels grounded or lifting the heels one after the other. Inhale and exhale, release the forehead. Release the shoulder blades further away from one another and start to gently sway back and forth. Grab on to opposite elbows. Nod the head yes and no, releasing the spine and the neck. Inhale and exhale. Find stillness in this forward fold. Hinging at the hips, rocking the body back and forth, finding a little bit of balance as well. Inhale, wrap the arms around your body, grabbing onto the shoulder blades and using the fingertips to gently pull them even further apart as you relax the chin and the forehead closer to the mat. Inhale and exhale, switch the wrap of the arms, putting one forearm in front of the other. Sway back and forth once more. And exhale. Inhale. Wrap the fingertips around the shoulder blades, pulling them further apart. Exhale, release the chin. And then gently release the hands all the way down to the mat. Take one round of breath here. And on your next inhale, start to lift your chest, gently lift the head, keeping the gaze towards the mat, and bring the fingertips to graze the top of the mat. Exhale to fold, deeply bend into the knees, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifts the body all the way up. Inhale to bring your hands above the head, and exhale to dive the body forward back into your forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, halfway lift, and exhale, start to walk your hands forward into your downward facing dog. Drop the knees all the way down to the mat, keep the toes tucked, and exhale, set the hips back for child's pose. Relax here for just a moment. Once again, finding stillness. Inhale, pause, and exhale, pause. Inhale, pause, and exhale, let everything go. Push the hips closer to the heels, letting the forearms relax and the chest fall closer to the mat. Find stillness in each pose until the end of practice today. And let that stillness extend beyond practice. Inhale and exhale. Release the jaw. Release the eyebrows. And just keep breathing. Inhale, lift the chest. Tuck the hips under, ripple the spine forward, dropping the hips down and lifting the gaze. Inhale. Exhale, arch the back and bring the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, ripple the spine forward, almost coming into upward facing dog. And exhale, brings the hips all the way back. Keep going. Inhale, ripple forward, tucking the hips under, upward facing dog. Exhale to pull the hips back, arching the spine and dropping the chin back in towards the chest. Inhale. And exhale, engage through the core. Set the hips down. Set the forehead down. Inhale. Let's do 4 more. Exhale. Using the core to really bring your hips all the way back. And using your core to ripple the body forward. Exhale, 3 more. Using the rhythm of your breath to move you into each movement. Just 2 more. Taking these last 2 slower than the previous ones. And on your next inhale, hold in your upward facing dog. And exhale, set the hips all the way back. Look forward and gently lift your left arm up off the mat, threading it underneath the right arm, setting the left side of your forehead down onto the mat, keeping your toes tucked and finding quiet within the mind here. Feel free to walk your right fingertips over to the left side of the mat, or even drawing your arm up towards the sky and hinging it back behind the body, grabbing on to the left thigh. Try each position and arrive in the one that feels best for your body. Feel free to untuck the toes as well, if that feels better for you. I find when I'm tighter than some days that tucking the toes helps relieve any tension within the thighs and the hamstrings. But again, try both and find what feels best for you. On your next inhale, gently release the right hand if you found the bind. Gently use the right hand to lift the chest and lift the head up. On the exhale, inhale, switch sides. Bring your right arm underneath the left arm. Stay here or walk the left fingertips over to the right. Or bring that left arm up towards the sky and hinge it back behind the body, grabbing onto the right thigh. Each side will feel a little bit different. So one movement, one pose may look different than the other side. When we aren't feeling good, or when our body kind of tells us and forces us to slow down, these poses, this movement tends to be a little bit more intense. So please take it as slow as you need to, finding the most comfortable position in this case. On your next inhale, gently release the left hand down to the mat. If you found a bind, ground down through the left hand to lift the chest and gently lift the head, bringing the right hand to the mat as well. Exhale, release into child's pose for just one round of breath. Inhale and exhale to bring the body up to tabletop position. Engage through the core. Gently pull your right knee in towards your right elbow and set it on the outside of your right hand, untucking through the left toes, and find stillness in this position as well. Your right toes are gently overflowing on the side of your mat, and your hands are either grounded down or you find your way up onto your fingertips. Find gentle movement here, nothing too crazy. Just gently sway back and forth. Finding what feels good within the hips. Pull the left hip forward and the right hip back. Inhale, gently ground down through the left hand and bring your right arm back behind you. Inhale, bring it forward, stretching it out in front of you. And exhale, turn the chest over to the right as you bring your right arm behind you. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. Opening up your chest a little bit more each time. Inhale forward. Making this movement slow, maybe adding a bend in the left elbow when you come forward. And exhale, come back. Inhale forward. And exhale, reach the arm and the fingertips back behind you, opening up the chest a little bit more. And inhale, come forward. Exhale one more time. Bring it all the way back behind you. And one more inhale, bring it forward. Drop the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Gently walk your foot in between the hands, framing out the right foot. Tuck onto the left toes. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. And exhale, cactus out your arms, bringing elbows closer to each other behind the back. On your next inhale, clasp your hands behind you. Stretching your pointer fingers out, drawing your fingers and your wrists and your fists towards the mat. Open up the chest as much as you can here, making sure your knee is above the ankle and your left hip is forward and right hip is back. Use the core to protect the back body here, engaging through the glutes to open up the chest a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, gently release the hands up towards the sky. Inhale, come forward, lifting the left knee up and bringing your arms back behind you, keeping the right knee as bent as you can. A little airplane crescent lunge here. Inhale and exhale, step the left foot forward for forward fold. Take one round of breath here. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your fingertips to the mat. And exhale, bend through the knees, lifting the chest all the way up. And exhale, sit into your chair pose, dropping the hips down and the glutes towards the mat, bending deeply into the knees and keeping the arms up above you. Inhale and exhale, bring hands to prayer, bringing the right elbow onto the left knee, twisting over to the left and lifting your gaze up towards the sky. This is our strengthening sequence of class. Inhale, bring arms above the head. And exhale, twist over to the right, bringing your left elbow to the top of the right knee. Nothing too intense, but feel free to just stand strong in a standing position if this is too much for you at this moment. Inhale, arms come above the head, and exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to step your feet back for plank pose and dropping your chest all the way down to the mat. Inhale and tuck through the toes, lift the chest up for cobra pose. And exhale for child's pose, setting the hips back onto the heels with your toes untucked this time. Find a little bit of stillness here before we take it straight away to the other side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come to tabletop and step your left foot forward on the outside of your left hand, toes flowing over the mat. Find a little bit of movement here. Staying on the palms of your hands or coming onto the fingertips. Inhale, slow, in through the nose. And exhale, slow, out through the nose. Keeping the eyes closed down as we move through this other side, as you are already familiar with the positions. Drop the right palm down to the mat. Exhale to bring your left hand back behind you towards the right heel. Inhale, bring it forward. And exhale back. Inhale, come forward gently. Find a bend in the right elbow. If that feels good to you, exhale back. And inhale forward. Let's do 4 more. Following the pace of your breath and what feels good in the body, listening to each movement that happens. Noticing every muscle, whether this shoulder feels tighter than the other one. And on this last one, open up the chest even more. And inhale to drop the left hand down. Walk the left foot in the middle of the hands. Tuck onto the right toes. Inhale, lift the arms up above you, keeping the right knee grounded. And exhale to cactus out the arms, drawing shoulder blades together and elbows together. Inhale, clasp the hands behind the back body with the opposite fingertips on top of the other. This one feels just slightly more uncomfortable. Inhale and exhale to open up the chest, engaging through the glutes to allow a deeper opening. Inhale to bring your arms up above you, and exhale to airplane the arms back as you lift the right knee up off the mat, hinging the body forward. And exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, lift the chest, arms come up above the head. And exhale, chair pose. Inhale and exhale. Take one more round of breath. And on your next exhale, bring your hands to prayer at heart center, twisting over to the left, bringing your right elbow on top of the left knee. Inhale, gently start to peel the right toes off the mat and gently step it back for a crescent lunge. Inhale and exhale, drop the right knee down, lifting the chest up and bringing the arms out to a T beside you. Inhale here and exhale, release both hands to frame out the left foot. On your next inhale, gently lift the chest, come onto the fingertips, and exhale, straighten the left leg out, and bring your forehead to the left knee. Inhale, bend through the left knee, and exhale to straighten, folding over the leg. Let's do about 6 more here. Inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, release the gaze down to the knee. Inhale, and exhale. Staying engaged through the core. Using breath with movement and stopping where it feels good for you. On this last one, hold with your legs straightened out. Peel the toes up off the mat, flexing out the left foot and releasing the forehead even closer to the leg on each exhale. On your next inhale, rebend through the knee, and we've been here before. Lift the right knee up, stay hinged forward, and exhale, forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, lift the chest, lift the arms above the head, and exhale, dive the body forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms above the head, and exhale for chair pose. Inhale, bring hands to heart center, and exhale to twist over to the right. Inhale, start to peel the left toes up off the mat, and exhale, step it back for crescent lunge. Inhale, release the left knee down to the mat, and exhale to lift the chest and bring your arms out to a T. Inhale, release the left hand down, and then the right hand to frame out the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten out through the arms, lift the gaze, and exhale to straighten out through the right leg, bringing forehead to right knee. Inhale, rebend, and exhale, straighten. Finding a little bit of rhythm within each movement, using the breath to control how deep you go in each pose. Let's do about 4 more here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. And on this last one, straighten out through the right leg. Lift the right toes up off the mat if that feels good for you. And gently keep folding over the right leg on every exhale. Keep breathing. Good. On your next inhale, rebend through the right knee. Gently lift the left leg up, hinging the body forward. And exhale to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the body all the way up. And bring your hands behind the head on your exhale. Inhale, open up the chest. And exhale, round the body forward, bringing elbows to touch. Inhale, lift the gaze, arch the spine, open the elbows, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round the spine, bringing elbows to touch. Inhale and exhale, finding a deeper pose in each inhale and in every exhale, taking it slower and deeper than the previous. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's do 2 more. Exhale, bending deeply into the knees as you exhale as well. Inhale, find a deep arch in the spine if available, and exhale to round the body forward. Gently bring hands beside you. Inhale, lift them up above the head, and exhale to dive the body forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Gently step the legs and feet back, dropping the knees to the mat, untucking through the toes and releasing the hips all the way back for a child's pose. This time, bring your hands beside the feet, palms facing the sky, and shoulders gently falling closer to the mat. Usually, when we're not feeling good, we have the least amount of motivation to move our body. But if you put it off for a few days on end, you'll notice that your body feels weak, and that's completely okay. But sometimes a longer flow like this one allows you to build that strength up in order to continue movement within the coming days as your body continues to get healthier. Take a deep inhale through the nose and a long exhale through the nose, releasing the chest closer to the mat. Let the shoulder blades fall further away from one another, really opening up the back body. Feel free to stay here or clasp onto each heel, gently grounding down through the top of the head as you lift the hips up off the heels, allowing for a deeper stretch within the top of the back and the neck. Feel free to come back to child's pose if this is too much for you. If you've lifted the hips, gently release and bring the arms out in front of you, gently lifting the gaze, dropping the forearms down and gliding the chest through the arms as you set the hips down to the mat. Inhale, straighten out through the arms, lift the gaze, and exhale, gently release the chest to the mat, bringing each forearm down for Sphinx pose. All 10 finger pads are grounded. Elbows are under shoulders, and ears stacked on top of the shoulders. Gently close down the eyes if they aren't already. And just relax in this position, letting the chest feel open for any congestion that may be happening within the lungs. Really breathing deeply into the nose and exhaling deeply out of the nose. Letting everything go that does not belong there. Exhale, release the chest down. Wiggle out the hips back and forth. And for our last deep pose of practice, we're going to go for bow pose. So gently bring your arms back behind you, grabbing onto each ankle, on the outside of each ankle, and flexing out through both feet. Stay here if this is already too much for you, or gently start to lift the chest up off the mat, pushing the feet and the ankles into the hands. Use your glutes to lift the knees up off the mat, and use your ankles to really pull the chest up off the mat as well. Keep your gaze to the top of your mat, letting the spine stay long in this beautiful pose. One more inhale, and exhale, gently release, slowly coming out of the position, just as you came in. Wiggle out the hips one more time, ground down through the hands, engage through the core, and set the hips all the way back for child's pose. Let the forearms be heavy and let the chest and belly have room in between the thighs. Inhale. Let the belly fill up the space between the legs, and exhale to let everything go. Gently cross over both ankles, lift the chest, and come to a seat at the middle of your mat. Legs are out long, toes are faced up towards the sky. Inhale. Let the spine be long as you lift the arms above the head. And exhale to fold over the legs. Forward fold. Let the hands land wherever they land, whether that's on the thighs or the shins or the feet. Close down the eyes. Inhale, straighten out through the spine. Lift the chest, open up the shoulders, broaden through the shoulders, and exhale to fold and round the spine, closer towards the legs. Good. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten out through the arms, and exhale, bend through both knees, bringing the feet to the mat. Inhale, bring your arms out in front of you, palms faced up, and exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll the body all the way back, down to the mat. Keep the feet grounded and the knees bent. Bring the heels even closer to the glutes, ground down through the hands, pushing the mat away from you. And inhale, lift the hips up off the mat for bridge pose. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath the back body, keeping your hands on the mat or finding each hand to grasp onto the other. Either square out the wrists or brings palms together. And just breathe here. Again, opening up the chest, releasing any congestion, and filtering out those nasal passageways. Gently release the clasp of the hands and untuck the hips slowly and gently releasing them all the way down to the mat. Heel toe your feet to the outside of the mat, bringing the knees to fall closer together. Inhale here and exhale, start to windshield wiper your knees one way and then the other. Be sure to keep both shoulder blades grounded to the mat. As you draw knees one way, inhale center, and exhale the other way. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale, wipe the knees over to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale to bring your knees closer together. Gently release your hands or your palms up towards the sky and release the shoulders down to the mat, finding Shavasana with the feet still grounded and the knees still touching. As we near the end of practice today, if you want more insight into this journey of mine into Cordelia Joy Yoga, please check out some of the links below. And if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments as well. Heel toe the feet back together And drop the hips over to one side as you roll over to the other. Lift the body up as you keep the eyes closed. Come to a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat. Inhale. And exhale, let everything go. Let's take one more deep breath together. Inhale, lift the gaze. Bring the hands up above you. And exhale, release the hands all the way down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you very soon with another video. I hope you feel better, and I'll see you next time. Bye.